So this is the last in our basic bunt coverages. This is bunt coverage 3. And 3 is an indicator that tells us the third baseman is going to stay home because we're anticipating an opportunity to make a defensive play and perhaps get a lead runner who's trying to advance to third base on a sacrifice bunt. If you look at the areas of responsibility for the players on bunt coverage 3, you look at the infield, the first base will be crashing hard. The pitcher, again, just like in bunt coverage 1, but now in 3, he's taking half the field, but he's taking this half of the field. The third baseman is advancing only to his base to cover that base. Second baseman on his L route and taking first. Shortstop on his L route, taking second. Our outfielders, the right fielder, diagonal down. Again, his alignment is always to protect in the overthrow there to first base. He's got to take that angle. The center fielder is assuming the potential of a throw back to second base and therefore is coming down, closing that gap. And then he's got to be very flexible to move left or right because this play could go third. It could go back to second if we get this runner in a rundown. But he's got to be really aware of the angles that the ball might be coming from. So he's got to close the gap and then be prepared. Our left fielder is going to take the diagonal towards the foul line and then set up here. And that is because if we get a fielded ball in here or here and we're throwing to third and we might overthrow third, we can stop this runner from rounding and scoring. Again, the catcher sees the field, so the catcher is talking to these two defenders whether or not we're going to make a play at third or we're going to take the out at first. So with the pitched ball, you see everybody move into position. All the bases are covered. The first baseman is crashed down. The pitcher is going to come off the mound to the third base side, and our outfielders are now in position, ready for the play to happen. So as the ball is bunted, if our pitcher fields it, the catcher is talking to the pitcher. If it were the first baseman, he would be talking to the first baseman as to where to make the play. We have the option to go to third, or if the catcher doesn't believe that third is the play, the option to go to first and to take the out. Now, important right here is if we go to first and take the out, we want to look for this runner may actually round the base and get too far off. We can come straight back across the diamond again, and maybe we get a pickoff of a runner, and we could actually turn this into a double play to our advantage. So first base player, in this case the second baseman, has always got to be aware of what's happening across the diamond. So this is bunt coverage 3, and we'll let it play through. And this is, again, the third in our series of basic bunt coverages. All our players need to know it. This can be called at different times during the game. And in practices, we need to be ready and prepared and know our responsibilities.